I haven't uploaded a video in a while. I have another one coming. That's kind of a game I played with my friends, so that's that. But yes, I haven't uploaded in a while. Some things are new. My hair is blue. I read 5 books already this year, and today I'm going to tell you what they are. Yeah, okay. So, let me fetch them. In this video, I'm going to be telling you what I read in January and what I want to read in February. So yeah, okay. So, the first book I read in January was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and I loved this book. I cannot wait to read the next 2, and I'm just literally, like, shook. I gave this book 5 stars. If you don't know what it's about, I didn't either when I first got it, because, like, I didn't know. All I knew was that it was Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I was going into it with, like, that was all I knew, and that Farrah killed some wolf or something. And then I read it, and I was like, okay, I was glad I went into it with medium expectations, because it blew those through the roof, and I just highly recommend this book if you haven't read it. But if you have, chat with me in the comments about it, or email me, hey, everything's cool. Message me on Instagram. It's all in the description, guys. Just check it out. The second book I read, I started and finished in one day, and that was Adult Lessons by Gabby Hanna, which is, Gabby Hanna is a YouTuber whose YouTube name used to be The Gabby Show, but she now recently changed it to Gabby Hanna. This is a poem book, and as you can see, it's pretty big, but it's all poems, so it wasn't hard. If you can kind of tell, there were some I really related to, highlighted lines. There were some that I was just like, meh, don't really, like, relate to that, but I feel like this book can relate to a lot of people, even with just one poem. But anyone that read this, especially in my generation, probably anyone that's like 25 or younger, would at least relate to one of these, if probably more. And I just think that it was kind of a little bit of a cool little thing, and the illustrations are absolutely adorable. Like, this one is kind of like the cover, and it's really sweet, and I just like it a lot, even though they're like really strange and kind of like abstract, not abstract, but like interesting. But I really like them. I think she actually illustrated them all by herself, which is cool. I did not know she could draw and stuff, so I was like, nice. And I gave this book 3.5 stars because, like I said, there were a lot that I didn't relate to, but there was a good majority that I did relate to, so I was like, oh, cool. The third book I read was one I got from the library, and that was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. And that book, I wasn't really feeling it at the beginning. I was kind of like, okay, something needs to happen. Blue's cool, Noah's cool, Adam's cool, Ronan's cool. They're all cool, but like, Gansey, help. Okay, he's cool, but something needs to happen, because I can't deal with just characters developing. It needs to be like an actual storyline. But then stuff happened, and I was not okay, and I actually really ended up liking it quite a bit. I feel like the next books need to be better for me to, like, actually love the series. But I did like where it was starting to go at the end, and I gave that book 4 stars. The fourth book that I read was Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire. This came in the mail, and I had forgot it was coming because I pre-ordered it. And I was like, you know. And so I actually really loved this book. I think it was my least favorite out of the 3, but saying that, I still gave it a 4.75 out of 5 stars. Like, there was almost nothing wrong with it. I love this series. I've heard that this is the last book, but I've also heard that there's supposed to be like 7. So like, if this is the last book, I think I'm okay with that, but not really. But if it's not the last book, I'm keep them coming. Also, this book is signed because I pre-ordered it. I'm not sure if like she actually signed it herself or if it was like printed on there, because it kind of looks like it's printed on there. But you know, it's still signed. It's okay. The last book I read in January was City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which was a reread, and I gave it 3.75 out of 5 stars. Basically, I'm doing the Emma books, Shadowhunters, read-along thing where you read like one book a month the whole year. So I'm doing that. And so this month I'll also be reading City of Ashes. So City of Bones is good. And I liked it a lot more when I was, when I read it the first time when I was younger, to be quite honest. Now that we've said City of Bones, and that I'm going to be reading one every month, let's get into my February TBR. I again have 5 books, because that is my goal, 5 books a month. And I've already started reading one of them, because I count it as if you finish a book in that month, you read it in that month. Even if you read the majority in a different month, that's just how I've always counted. So that's how I'm going to count. And I don't think I'll finish this or even get close this month, because it's the 29th today. I'm out of breath because I'm talking really fast and I'm like running around my room getting books. This is a problem, but I'm okay, I promise. This is the arc, my second arc that I have. It is called Orphan Monster Spy by Matt Colleen. I'm like 53 pages in, and so far it's pretty good, but it needs to step it up, kind of like the Raven Boys. Basically it's about this girl named Sarah. She's a Jew during the time of the Holocaust, and while Hitler rules her country of Germany, she has to deal with being a Jew. But not only is she a Jew, she gets to kind of blend in because she's blonde-haired and blue-eyed, which you didn't really see in Jews that much. That was just kind of how it was. So she seems like the typical German little girl. And basically, I haven't gotten to this part yet. Basically, what's on the back, she gets sent to this elite boarding school, and then she becomes a spy for allies because she's a Jew, but she looks like the Aryans, and yeah, so she becomes a spy for this boarding school that's Nazi generals' daughters. So like, this sounds so good. I'm so excited. I'm so happy I have an arc, because like, arcs are cool. This is my second arc and I love it, and I'm very happy that I get to read this book before lots of other people, before it hits the shelves. A Court of Mist and Fury, like I said, I really liked A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm sorry I'm talking really fast. This is an actual problem, but this book is gigantic, and I don't know why I picked a bunch of giant books. You'll see as we go on, they're all like 300 pages or more, and that is why I'm reading Orphan Monster Spy now, not waiting until the start of February, because otherwise I would not make it and it would make me really sad. Okay, Court of Mist and Fury, I'm very excited because like, Farah and Lucian and Rhysand and Tamlin are like my faves. I just want to know more about their story, and I don't think it'll take me too long to read this book, since I think I'll enjoy it a lot, hopefully. But yeah, this is the sequel to, or the second book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. So the next book I have is None of the Above. Oh, I think I just got a head rush. Okay. None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. I don't know. Okay, so basically, this book is about an intersex main character named Kristen. And I kind of know what that is, but I'm really curious to kind of read a book in the point of view of someone that is intersex, and I've kind of just been curious about it, so like, it's kind of interesting. So there's that. And I'm on Books Amino. I'm in this book club kind of thing, where it's kind of like a free-for-all, do whatever, you know. There's a theme, and the theme was an LGBTQIAP plus main character. And so I picked this book because I actually, in LGBTQIAP, there we go, I said plus, stands for intersex, and I feel like this could be a really interesting book. So I definitely am going to read this month, no doubt about it. The next book is one I might finish this month. It's one I have a little less than 3 hours of an audiobook left. It's The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, and it is so good. It is set in the 1970s, I believe, after Alaska becomes a state of it basically becomes a part of the United States of America. It follows 4 different people's point of views of just what it's like living in Alaska. Basically, it kind of deals with stereotypes, racism, kind of religion, culture, Native American culture especially, just so many different things, friendship, growing up, grief, loss, all a bunch of different things in like this wonderful, beautiful, like amazing story with the most cute, beautiful characters ever, and I love them. And I'm very like attached to them. And so I really love it. It's kind of hard to explain like what it's about without just saying that. Basically, it follows Ruth, Dora, Alice, and Hank, I believe. But it's really good, and I really recommend it, honestly. The audiobook is really good, too, so. Next book is kind of my filler book because I was like, okay, I told Lance, my brother, I was like, all right, I have 4 books picked out, and I need to read 5 this month. You want to pick one for me? So he went to my TBR shelf, and he was like, this one. So this one I've had for a while. My aunt, who actually lives in Alaska, who would have thought, got me this book a couple years ago, and I just never picked it up yet. It's The 21 Balloons, and I think it's about like hot air balloons. Oh, that like had some air kick to it. I was like, okay. It's about like hot air balloons, and apparently it's like really factual, but also really silly and interesting. And the last, okay. The last book I have is probably one that you figured out since I said I was reading one of these a month, and that is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which is the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. And I remember this being my favorite. I read these a couple years ago, so like, I don't know if I'm still gonna think this is my favorite. Kind of like how I don't know if Prisoner of Azkaban is still gonna be my favorite when I finally end up rereading all those books. But basically, yeah, the Mortal Instruments series, if you don't know what it's about shadow hunters, these people that kill demons. They're half angels, half human, and they kill demons. Basically, that's my video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was being semi-obnoxious and talking really fast. I don't know why. I have a lot of energy. It's alright. That's all I have for you. And, goodbye.